might do some actual business content. Welcome to my office. Let me explain and show you around my empire. First of all, like I said before, this is not the first time I've been on my own, so I'm a bit used to it. So like, for example, this desk is out of my house. It was this building that echoes like fuck's really weird. I've been in here for 10 years. I've had a little unit in here. I had a big unit in here with an office that I moved out of when I went to work for the last firm. Then I rented a little office and just shoved everything in there. I've now rented a bigger a store. Now I've rented a bigger store and moved into there to have a working space. And I've rented this office. This is not the first office I've ever had, but it's the biggest office I've ever had. So before, the room we're in now is the little office. And then over there, look, behind that glass, very pimp, there's two other desks, big fuck off desks. So what the plan is today is to set this desk up as it was at home so I can get working from this again and doing bits and bobs that are actually crucial to me earning any money. And over the next few days, I'm going to try and get the podcast set, put in there. Yeah, show you, this is a video format. So over here, look, I've got one of those, there's two big desks. This one here is going to be like a hot desk. My brother might be using that for stuff. He does touring and bands and studio work and recording and all that kind of shit. Works at Abbey Road for some reason because he's not a Hmong. He is a Hmong. And then over there, that whole desk there, let me show you a better shot. This is going to be the podcast set. Then there's going to be another set there for other podcasts. And then there, that's going to be all studio stuff. So that's going to be where the camera lives, where the editing stuff lives. And I'm going to have stuff on that table so I can do bits to camera. Not just for YouTube or this, but for other stuff. So I'm doing some training stuff. So that's going to be that. Then there's a considerable amount of space in here to use, although you soon sap it up, don't you? So yeah. So basically, office in the glass cage for actual work, podcast stuff over here, and this for random shit. And no doubt, like I say, once you've got space, you start to fucking fill it all anyway, so that's never good. Again, I'll reiterate, if you're going on your own and you're an electrician, you don't need to go and rent a fucking office like I have. You don't need a big fuck off store and workshop like I've got. You can do it out your van and at your kitchen side. It's just that as you grow, you need more space. So don't think this is a fucking how to do business, go and rent a fucking massive office and fill it with fucking loads of book stuff, because that's not how it works. But for me, the work I'm going to be doing will require admin stuff, which will need to be done here, planning and design, which will get done here, putting things together ready to go on site, which will get done over in the workshop and store we've got, and then actually going on site and do the job. So that's how my business works. If you bash asses for a living, or fit EV chargers, or fit solar panels, well, not solar panels, that's loads of work, but you probably don't need a fucking setup like this. This is a reasonably sized office, and the little rule is, I'll tell you the rules. Watch the pod with Oval. He's moving to a fucking massive office, yeah? And in that we talk about business rates. This office, combined with the unit I've got, does not exceed the allowed square footage for small business rent relief. So I haven't got to pay business rates. However, if I did have to pay business rates and all that jazz, electric and all that bollocks, as we said on that podcast, whatever your rent is, double it, because that's what you'll be paying. But that's not what I'm doing. So yeah, so it's a good little space. It's got to earn its money though. It's not a fucking freebie, although this is a freebie because of reasons I'll come to on the podcast. But interjection. I'm editing that right now. It's actually 1st of February, yeah? So what I've just said won't make sense if you don't watch the podcast. So what I do is say, why the fuck don't you watch my podcast? For fuck's sake. Anyhow, the podcast is sponsored by Chevron Arnu, whose logo is going to be here, because they're really helping me out on that. This is not paid for. Chevron wanted to re-sponsor the podcast, and I said, I'm not really sure because it's just not very professional, that kind of thing. And I said, it's taking me a lot of time, and I've got loads of stuff going off, and I've got to rent an office. And it's just all sorts going off, and I don't know if I'm going to have time to do all this shit, yeah? And they says, oh, well, we'll sponsor you. Why don't we sponsor you and we'll pay for your office? Right, so that's what it is. So, full disclosure, the money that this office costs a month, Chevron pay me per month to do nothing, really, except on the podcast I say, give Chevron Arnu's test gear a try, which I think is more than fair. So, they do pay me now, yeah? I'm under no contract whatsoever. There is absolutely nothing in writing. Fuck off. But I like the gear. It works for me and it works for them. They want someone to show their gear off while swearing, which I can provide, although David Savory's not my tell. So yeah, there's no reason for me to put this bit in here. They haven't paid to be in my YouTube adverts. They've not paid to be on Vintage Sega or anything about them. But I like the gear. They're going to lend it me to use. It helps me do training. It helps me do voluntary work and stuff like that. So yeah, so full disclosure, that's where it's at. So if you're going to buy some test gear, give Chevron R New a try. But if you do give them a try, you better fucking tell them I sent you, or I'll fuck you up. Thank you. This is where I'm at. So today, get the desk set up so I can actually work. Get the podcast set up so I can do the podcast on Saturday, Sunday, Friday. Fucking, I'll come back to you on that. And just basically get into a working space because I can't be just doing box everywhere like this. I have an office I can work in. I've got a computer space where I can do my work and editing. Pots and pens. The only thing that went wrong is my dock fucked up, so I can't have 3 monitors now, so I've put my laptop there, which is just as good because I need that for email anyway, which has freed me up a monitor. No, this is the dock that's broke. I need to see if I can, I think it's the cable on that, I'll try and fix that. And then under here there's some sockets, look, some cable there. I don't know if you're familiar with cable, it's electronic stuff. They're not wired into the new rewiring, so I'm going to have to go make a long lead for them. And I'm going to build my computers there. And I'm going to try and find out if I can sync one file over networking. And I'll put some network cables in, but basically I can work in here now. The rest of it is a fucking shithole, but I'm going to Greg's. Look at me with an actual website like a big boy. It's crap. Yeah, but it's got cheers to John at Faultless because he said you go daddy, which I've just done. So I've bought the thing, done all the thing. It's like fucking, I don't know, 12 quid. I don't think anyone's going to particularly be looking on my website, but it's nice to have somewhere to land in it. All the text probably riddled with spelling errors, and the pictures are me looking sad. But I guess I can always tweak it. Just somewhere for people to land in it. Started it. Cheers, John. Got that. Check out a big business boy now. I've literally spent. I bought that name a few weeks ago off GoDaddy randomly, and then John goes, "Oh, there's a little thing on there," and that's the free website build. Yeah, I've literally spent an hour on it because I think that's all it's fucking worth at the minute. And I think if I tried to polish it, I'd be here for days, and I don't have days. I want to get some fucking work, get doing some work, so I've just stuck an hour at it. Once it's up there, someone will go, "You spelt that wrong," and I'll just go and change it. Like, don't correct it yourself. Let other people do it for you. So the message go, "Do you know that picture's upside down?" I'll go and change that then. Yeah, let other people do the work for you. You could pay a consultant to do that, and it costs you loads of money. So yeah, that's up. I can ponder that when I'm driving and stuff, and think about the things when I put it on there and change it. And I'll actually try and get some proper picture of it now. But yeah, I've just slapped it up there because it's better than fuck all. A little bit of something is better than a lot of fuck all. So I was meant to do some filming at Chevron R New today, but it's fell through because someone's ill, so that's not a problem. Gives me some time. So what I decided to do was, I decided to actually utilise that time to come and play with my Chevron R New power quality analyzer, because just don't have enough hands-on time on that. But what I thought I'd do was I thought I'd do the post. So if you've got any post expected from the pod show, where you want to, James Camp, it's coming to you. Yeah, so I did all the trophies for the awards. However, near the end of printing it all, the printer ran out of toner, which is a bit of a bastard. Look at the state of that. Sam from Oval, that's yours, mate. And it just, you can't even fucking read it. But anyway, I decided that most of the people that are getting one of these trophies know they're getting it and will just want the trophy. And most of the people that don't know they're getting one, like Hager AFDD, Joseph Valentino's Trade Mastermind, and whatever the other worst thing is, well, they can have a shitty printout anyway. I can't give a shit. I'm not that bothered. I'm only sending it to them because that's our award ceremonies work. Also, if you do ever run a medium-sized podcast, yeah, and you decide to do an awards ceremony, it's fucking loads and loads of work. Just doing all this, just getting these shit trophies and having shit stickers put on them, then printing out a shit letter-headed paper which tells you what you've won and who you are, and getting the envelopes for them, and going to the post to obtain the postage, and doing the spreadsheet that did all the award ceremony and running it all and going through all the conversation before has took fucking hours. Literally, this is the thing on the podcast. We throw out a simple idea that sounds good, and you're like, yeah, that would be great, we'll do that. And it turns into a fucking monumentous clusterfuck. I mean, this is literally as low effort as you can get. And I would say to do that 1 hour podcast award ceremony, between me, Sam and Mark, I've done more work on all these trophies than that. I would say there's a good 10 hours, 12 hours of effort gone into that. And that's how production works. Every hour you see, there's loads. I've printed all the labels out for the pod awards so I can get to the post office. And then when I've peeled them off, I've printed them on the fucking wrong side of the sticker. Fuck! Admin! This is the old stores. There's still a bit of a bench here, look. And I'm starting to get it cleaned out. As you can see, it's fucking not going very well, though.
The last bit is the worst bit by far. Let me show you the new stores. You'll be impressed at how clean it is. There's about, I don't know, 12 square metres more space in here, but going between there and there is not helping. So I'm just going to fucking stack it in here now. I'm going to go through it and start putting it away in proper places. Got the furniture laid out like how I want it. But this is a fucking nightmare. This is the bit A. I don't want to move this. I want to throw a lot of it, but just ain't got time to get it from there to here in a month. So I'll have to go through it, tidy it all up and get rid of what is shit. But yeah, now I've done in the office, it's this bit that's happening. Always struggling in here for camera angles that don't look like I just spend all my time in this office, which I do. Right, let's just have a bit of a rundown, yeah? The video's probably getting a bit samey. It's just me going around doing boring admin because I'm trying to express that I'm going around doing boring shit admin, yeah? It's now February the 14th, so we're halfway through the month. I think we're exactly halfway through the month, aren't we? Anyhow, boring. Tangent. Work-wise, let's talk about what's going on. Let's have a little bit of a rundown, yeah? The set for the podcast is done. I can successfully work off this desk. In front of me here, I've got a place where I do all my IT, which is really nice to have, because I used to do a lot of my IT fucking around, and now I can do it on the place here, yeah? We've got a little desk out there for doing stuff. My paperwork's up to date. I'm going to cut this because I'm going to go for a lot. What else have I done? My office is almost moved over. I'm doing the last of that tomorrow. I've got a load of errands to run today. I've got a load of stuff to go and do externally. But tomorrow I'm going to come and move the rest of the office, the rest of the stores across, yeah? Now let's get to the nitty gritty, yeah? Work. So I get myself to the end of the month, but that doesn't mean you just start looking at the end of the month. So are things tight? Yes, they are, right? I've got my wages from a job last month I'm going to stretch 2 months. I've got a bit of savings, don't get me wrong. I can probably handle 6 months of this, although I've got to pay for this office for a year, which I'm not paying for because Chevron are never sponsoring it because they're great like that. I started putting the feelers out on the 12th. I thought, right, I'm reasonably done now. One of the big jobs I'm doing at home is I'm jiggling the garage around. I'll put some footage in here in a minute, probably jiggling the garage around and why that's happening. But that's the last nail in the coffin for being able to go and do work. Well, there's two things I haven't even touched that I need to do. One is sort my garage out so I can get my tools out of it. And two is sort the van out because the van's not ready for contracting that yet. But it's nearly there. Started putting the feelers out, yeah? What I want to express to anyone that's going to do this is, it doesn't fucking happen straight away, yeah? No one's going to magically give you work unless you ask. If I sit here now like this with my phone in my hand, the phone ain't going to ring. Yeah, if I go on social media, if I go on my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, ring up people that I've got from years gone by, I might bear fruit. And some of that fruit did get born last night. Someone put me on, I don't know why I moved the camera angle then. Someone put me onto someone who's now around my back. It's like, yeah, you sound like you're right up our street. You sound like someone we're working for. Brilliant. I'm very grateful to that person. They're about to find themselves getting a crate of beer sent to the post, apparently. But that was 14 days. So now, if I do some work for them in the next month, I won't see that money for maybe 3 months. So you've got to be willing to stretch it out, yeah? Don't let the initial problems put you off. Also, I might interject here with something else I've put after this bit of footage, because the art of smart or a big firm went bust, officially gone bust today. It's out and about there, yeah? And that's always the worry. Nah, maybe they were just bad at doing the job. Maybe they were bad managers. Maybe they were bad businessmen. Maybe they just didn't get paid by someone. But who knows? I could go and do a month's worth of work for someone and never get paid. And I could roll in, bust, because they ain't paid me. So it's always the worry, yeah? But that's where I'm at. So the admin side of stuff's good. The ain't being able to work side of stuff's good. Putting some stuff on eBay to get it out of the way. But yeah, now I've got to go and get the work. And I've possibly got to go and get the work off people I haven't worked for before. And I have to wait for the money for a long time. So this could be interesting. When you do something around someone's house, like what Sam's doing, or what any of the domestic people do, you do the job, they're pretty much going to pay you. You get your credit card machine out, you'd have nowadays, and you get them to pay you. With me, it's like, go away, invoice, paperwork, admin, send the invoice to them, wait for the month end, wait a month, they might pay me. So you roll on like not seeing the money for 3 months, so that is obviously a lot to sustain if you're not going to get it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not down about it, I'm not getting upset about it, but I get myself to the end of the month to before I put the feelers out. I've done that 2 weeks earlier now, but I forgot putting the feelers out takes a few weeks to bear any fruit. So yeah, so that's where we're at, halfway through the month. And hopefully you might see me do some work on it sooner or later. Also, what I've been doing is I've been doing all the content. So any content I've already got for a once a week YouTube thing, I've got about 4 videos ahead now, so I put a lot of time to that. Obviously on Instagram, which is sort of something that gets me work. I've not put anything out, not put any actual electrical content out, because I haven't been actually doing any. So I'm just trying to bodge that up with bits of shit. But I think that social media is a string to my bow that I need to use to get myself work. But yeah, might be rambling on a bit now. But yeah, don't be disheartened if you're going to go on your own. I literally left the job to go on my own to find work. My advice would be find work until your spare time's too busy, then go on your own. But I've said that numerous times. And I want to interject here with this Art and Smart thing because I want to put something about due diligence in this thing. Due diligence is what stops you getting bummed. Watch this bit. Here's the office. There's my computer. I've been utilising my time to get way ahead on my YouTube videos and make sure all that content is done like weeks in advance, because then I concentrate on working. News on that coming in a minute. Here's where the paperwork lives. There's another little admin area where I can fix computers. I do a lot of shit with computers for customers and stuff like that. So that's where that is. Also, when I'm waiting for stuff to happen here, I can spin around and do stuff here, which is absolutely fucking done my workflow. Got on my shelves and all my paperwork up, so that's good. The good news is you won't have to keep watching videos of me sat in this fucking room, because on Monday, I've got some actual work to go and do. So next week, I'm fucking booked up. Oh yeah! And just while I'm doing some downloading stuff down here, get all the Forest stuff ready, get the Forest computer ready. I'm down at the football tomorrow, Forest West Ham. If you're a West Ham fan, you're probably going to get battered. So yeah, from Monday, obviously doing some work. Just out of interest, because I'm going a bit deep, yeah. I said I'd have February to get myself sorted out, and in the back of my mind I said, if I could do £1,000 in February, excluding the football, because I already did that, I'll be happy. And it looks like I might crack that figure, so that's not a bad shout. So yeah, so hopefully from Monday and going forward, some actual electrical content may resume. Actually, not just actual business content, not just me being sat in this office. That's it. Bye. I'm on a solar farm today. I've not done any content because I'm being paid by someone else to be here, and we've got loads to do. But generally, shit catches fire apparently. So I've been changing these plugs. That's new. Been doing some thermal image testing of the plugs and the panels. That's new. Pulling some new cables through ducts. I'll show you an example of it later of a duct where it's caught fire in the duct. The weird bit is, if this is in a duct and it shorts out rather than neutral, and it starts to burn and create a gap, the weird bit on this big solar farm, or a big solar farm, is it's live at both ends. So even when you get a gap, it can continue to fucking burn down that way and burn down that way, which I've seen firsthand. I've got an example I've saved. So yeah, that's interesting. Other than that, it's just fucking loads of DC in it. It's literally the same thing. It's that, but 1 billion times. All the way down there. That's the actual electrical content for the day. Actual business content is, look at me, I'm actually at work like a fucking big boy. So yeah, I got some work next week, got some work this week. This week's booked up. Next week's looking like it might book up. I've got a few irons in the fire that went to come back on, but yeah. And it's I'm outside, aren't I? It's nice. And I didn't drive 2 hours this morning to get to work, which was nice. And then got some prick manager. So yeah, that's nice. That's the nicest bit. The only prick manager's me. Sit rep. Lighting's terrible, sorry. I'm just going to smash this out. Let's see, yeah. It is Friday, the 23rd. So 23 days I've been lingering around. I've had a bit of work, have you seen, on the solar farm. And then today, the phone has not stopped fucking ringing. It's commercially sensitive now for myself, so I don't want to go into too much detail, but I've had a generation firm on who want me to go and do something for them, replace an engine, which is fine. I won't be able to record there. So electrical content's got to change, but that's come through. That's 3 days next week. The week after, I'm busy. I'm on my SMSTS course and I'm doing some film at Chevron. Then I've had a massive aerobic digester, want some consulting design and all sorts doing. So it's all going off. And today was the day really. I've had a bit of work this one, but today was the day it really happened. So if I get the work I've got booked in, I'll do over the £1,000 I said this month. Probably over £2,000. And if the AD plant comes off, then I'll be fucking laughing. So yeah, it's amazing. In 23 days, I've gone from... I was editing the video last night and I watched videos like, oh, there's me in the office ages ago because there's nothing here. This is empty. And it was only 23 days ago. It's weird. So yeah, it's going all right. But whether that translates to long-term success, I suppose we keep watching these videos to find out. Because if in one of these videos I'm selling my bumhole for crack, you'll know it's not going very well. And if you do want to buy my bumhole for crack and you're paying off, you can probably get it. Not really. We're getting near the end of this blog. It's the 20... Hang on. It's the 26th. What's on this week? It's a Monday. So last day of February tomorrow, yeah? I didn't realise how far I'd come in a month. I watched the blog the other day, because I'd edited a lot of it together, and I realised that I didn't even have an office at the start of the month. I just moved in, I put a wooden desk, and that was it. So I was quite shocked when I watched it back and it was like that, because it feels like I've been in that office for fucking weeks now. I think it's because it's making life so easy for me. I just feel like I've been there forever. The question is, how's the month been, I suppose, on the 26th? Well, today, I went to see a virgin customer. Like, they're not a virgin, I mean, they're new to me. They're not a virgin. I don't think they like it if I call them that. They'd probably get upset. But yeah, went to see a new customer. That's for a bit of consulting. Not much hands-on stuff. It's more for consulting and advice and working stuff. A bit of hands-on stuff like that. Totally new customer, which is always good. I said at the start of the month, I'd like to do a grand. Think I might have done a grand, although the job I'm doing tomorrow straddles it. Yeah, I said at the start of the month, I'd like to do a grand in my first month and get my stuff sorted out, which I think I've done. I'm currently in the garage swapping some tools around because the one thing I've not got done, which I wanted to get done this month because I did some work, was I wanted to get my van cleaned out properly and just start again from scratch on that, which I've done today. It's now 7:30, I think. I've just got in from doing that. So that's nice. And I wanted to get my tools sorted out, but I didn't get those done because I did some work. So now I'm just swapping tools over. Although, to be honest, I was very, very fucking close, if I'm honest. So I can't complain too much. The only thing is now I've got to drag a load of tools out. It's now I need some tools tomorrow, but I don't need that many. Just tomorrow I've got a little bit of conduit work to do. And then just some rewiring of something that I'd stripped out a while ago. But yeah, it's been all right. I'll do a final on the 28th, but generally, can I complain this month? No. Is there a lot, as so amount of money I was when I was at a job? No. Is there enough to get by? Probably yes. So didn't do too bad by all accounts, and there's 2 days to go, so let's see what happens. That's it, that's February. Sorry if it's a bit disjointed. Some of it could even be in the right order. What I'm learning to do is, before I do a blog, is do this. Today is Tuesday the 27th, and then do the bit I want to say, because might have been a bit in the wrong order that. I've been busy. I throw an hour, a couple of hours a week at videos and that. Hope it gives you an impression if you're going on your own. That's what it's for. It's not meant to be entertaining. It's meant to be about for people who want to go on their own. Yeah, I'm not Nick Bunder. I don't make entertaining videos. I make videos about what I'm doing. It's a blog. And if you want to go on your own, I hope this helps you. The 3 people that are left watching this, if that. So yeah, see you in March. Well, there'll be normal extra content on them, but I'll see you in March. Cheers.